This is the Zac Anesbury Show.
Welcome. Today's podcast clip comes from an interview with Professor Sharyn Rundle-Thiele from Social Marketing at Griffith University. Taking the time out, is there things that you would advise people early on in their career to accomplish, or things that you would want people in industry to move forward with? I suppose more the question is, given everything that you know from like your experience from, the journal editor, running the centre, and, working all over the world in this area, what are the key things that you'd want people in academia and industry to do as a result? What would you be very happy to see happening?
I want more people to measure impact, to understand are the changes that we are doing overall contributing to positive outcomes. I think too much window dressing still goes on. It's too easy to hide and not have the true hard conversations needed. So if I'm going to introduce and innovate and bring in a new product, is that product beneficial for society? Is it contributing to obesity? Is it having negative outcomes? I really think we have to ask harder questions because certainly in the public health sphere or the environmental sphere, our work's getting measured to the last letter about impact and what its capacity to deliver the positive outcomes we need to see as a society. And I don't think the business side is actually asked that enough. It gets away with not having to, and I don't know why and how. So could academia challenge for that practice to be mandated, or, because we're going to have to mandate if it just continues to run unfettered. So can business academics and can other academics change the conversation in teaching so that no one graduates thinking that I have to just exist to make profit, that I am actually here to say how else and what else can we be doing to make our world a better place? So to give a really clear, easy example, today I think we should all be questioning plastics and how the hell we have so much packaging that's continuing to dominate. So you're seeing more and more little inserts and closures going into packaging across all of the product lines everywhere, all under the auspices of hygiene or safety. Yet no one's having that rounded circular conversation that says, but what about the environment and the biodiversity of this planet? What are we doing to our planet? So we cannot continue to produce at more and more volumes and create more and more and more of this stuff that doesn't degrade. So a recent mission we were working on that went to Indonesia, if you think biodegradable plastics are biodegrading, then you need to make certain that the conditions that biodegradable plastic is put into, so in other words, if you bury it in landfill but it needed sun to biodegrade, it's never going to biodegrade.
No.
So not enough of the really big questions are being put across the totality of everything we're doing. And I know it's difficult, but I think these are all the conversations we should be having. And it's difficult to understand that big picture when you work in a silo. And if you are not working across boundaries in and outside of academia, if you're an academic, so get out there and start having this massive network and these conversations, because you need to see that bigger picture to bring about the change we need to see. From an industry perspective, it's being challenged every day to go, how can we reduce our footprint? What else can we do to make this place and protect our planet and our people?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. And I think it sort of does do a pretty good job of summing up, I think, really what kind of was the theme of this conversation in the end, which was, get out of your office, work with lots of people, work with diverse groups of people, and create a tribe of them that can actually have a real world impact.
And make sure they're not the same people. Make sure they're people from all walks of life, different backgrounds, learn to speak across different types of people. It's amazing what you start to learn, and it needs to happen more.
Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. I learned quite a lot from this, which is good. So just to leave everyone on a really good note, is there any sort of life advice or something that you kind of live by that you think you'd like to pass on to the listeners? Is there anything that you've sort of had like a mantra or a way of looking at life? Or
look, I've probably always subscribed a little bit to Nike. Just do it.
Just do it.
Stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just do it. It's from that you learn, and the failures can contribute just as much as the successes.
Yeah.
I think my experience is just doing it has meant the failure never really happened at all. So I guess there would be some critics and various things out there where parts don't happen as others saw that they should. But yeah, I think that's a beautiful sort of one to take away. Jump in there and give it a go.
Just do it.
Or just get yourself out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Make yourself a bit scared. It's amazing what's going to come next.
Yeah, that's really, really good because it's really action-based. It's going to push people to go. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time out
Pleasure.
and speaking to us.
Thanks for having me, Zac.
Yeah, we all know how busy you are. Speak to everyone you work with. They're like, oh my God, Sharyn's here. So very, very fortunate. So thank you. Hey guys, it's Zac Anesbury here with just a couple of quick reminders. If you've enjoyed today's podcast, then make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. There are plenty more interviews to come with some of the world's leading marketing academics and practitioners. You do not want to miss these. In the meantime, if you're looking for another way to connect, then follow me on Twitter at Zac Anesbury. That is ZACANESBURY for my take on the marketing issues of the day.